This is Rodney Harris, Akron Today Show. Today I have a very special guest in the studio today, recording artist, Akron's own Michael Egleton. How you doing, man? Now, for those of you that don't know, and really I didn't know you until I ran across you on Reverb Nation. I don't really even know how, but like where we was talking about when we was off camera, when it's time, and that's when you run across people. So I'm just going to assume that it was time for us to run across each other, and it was time for you to be on the Akron Today Show. So for those people out there that don't know anything about Michael Egleton, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I am a recording artist. I'm signed with the Tate Music Group in Mustang, Oklahoma. Just completed my first video ever, music video ever, last week to That's All Right, to the song That's All Right. Born in Barberton, South Barberton, Snydertown, and moved to Akron in junior high school and have lived here ever since. My music base is Atlanta, Georgia, and but Akron is home.
Okay. Like I said, and then we got to tell people about your branding, man. This is how you brand. Now, first of all, the brother brought me my own T-shirt and hat, and I must tell you, we cover high school football. I wore it on the sideline.
Thank you.
You know, so I tell people out there, if you're bringing something, we're going to wear it because we support Akron. Akron supports Akron, you know. So you got your hats, your cards, you know, I don't know y'all can see that, and you got your T-shirts, and most importantly, title CD.
Yes.
Now, that's all right. You know, that's cool. I actually listen to the whole CD, and I will listen to the stuff that you bring. I listen to the whole CD. First of all, I got to say, when you get the CD, this brother is a sharp dresser. You sharp dresser, man. I see you dress on Reverb Nation, man. You sharp dresser. But tell me a little bit about the CD, you know, your motivation on doing your CD.
It's actually, I didn't expect to go this far with it. I love doing music. And I had another project I had done, Baby, Baby, Baby. And we were probing about 4 or 5 years ago. So I felt the hankering, I guess, to do some more music, lay some tracks. And I decided to see just what it would do on the net. So I put it at Reverb Nation. I've been with them about maybe 9-10 years, and that's one of my music homes. And the feedback that I began to get with the tracks I put on was surprising to me. Then Tate Music Group contacted me, and they told me they loved what they heard, and they want to see if we could work together and do something with this. So henceforth, the rest is history, and we worked together and got the CD put together, and they have gotten it out there through their distribution sources, and that's the history.
My song is "It's Over." You know, I think that's gonna be like the national anthem of people breaking up. You know, because you got the one sentence in there where you say you're not gonna spend another night in my house or something like that. Yes. Man, I listen to that song over and over and over again. So tell us the inspiration, because I know you singers have inspirations on songs sometimes. Tell us the inspiration behind that song.
Yeah, the CD itself is a part of my life. I'm one to believe for music to connect with people and to have a realness, you have to be the unlived part of it. And a bell rings true when there's history behind it. With the song It's Over, it was, the history behind that is, when we were young, I was coming out of high school the year I graduated. You know, we were living in a nice home, had everything we pretty much wanted. My mom and dad had great jobs. And suddenly, my mom found herself divorced. Uh, House went in foreclosure, lost everything. Um, 3 days to move. It was me, my sister, and then my baby sister, who was, at the time was probably in third grade, baby. And we were down to the last day, or we would have been in the cold. So my mom found a home, and the owner of the home was nice enough to let us move in on her word, because she didn't have no money. We didn't have nothing. And we moved with what we could get in the car. The boxes, clothes that we left a lot of things at that house. And so in this home that we moved in, I slept in the attic. So one night I was coming downstairs, and we had them squeaky wood steps, and I came down as quiet as I could. The door was cracked to the attic. And I heard this whimpering. As I was coming halfway down the stairs, I heard this whimpering. So I kind of heard the room door was right across the walkway. And I put my ear to the door, and I kind of peeked in. And there she was on her knees. She was praying, asking God, about the next day, where she was going to get money from. She was questioning, did she do the right thing? Should she go back? She needed an answer. And it kind of broke me up. It stuck with me, stayed with me through my life. And when I was writing That's All Right, and it was like an epiphany. That whole thing came back to me vividly, like I was reliving it. And the way I write songs is I write the story, break the story up into verses, then I wait on the music. Then when the music comes, I adapt the story to the music. And that was a small segment of my life and the history behind the song. And that song, I've had fans write me about that song where it connected with them in such a way, found them in a situation where they were alone and they was having those bad thoughts. Did they do the right thing, or was it for naught? Then they questioned, can I make it on my own? The verse of the song. And they have thanked me for writing it and told me how it connected with them.
Yeah, it's a powerful song, man. It really is. How did you get, like I said, I ran across you on Reverb Nation. How did you get so hot on Reverb Nation?
I don't know. I will say this, throughout this journey, as we were talking, throughout this journey, it's been a journey of miracles and favor. And I believe God gave me favor on Reverb Nation. And people began to just stop, like you did, give it a chance. And when they gave the music a chance, they stayed. And the next thing I knew, it was like a snowball. It was picking up snow as it rolled. And the rest is history.
Now, you have moved your base. You still live in Akron, but you moved your base to Atlanta. Was that a good move for you, far as artist-wise?
Oh, my God. Yes. Best move I ever made. It's business. This is still a business. And what had happened is I was dealing with the people in Atlanta, emailing things, what have you, and going through that. And they just one day told me, Mike, you need to move your music base here, or you move here or something. And so I commute to Atlanta when it's work to be done, sometimes once, sometimes twice a month. But with the move came opportunities to get the music out, because you have really three main music hubs. You've got New York City, Atlanta, LA. And I felt in order to give my music an opportunity to be able to make a living And to reach the people and the masses of people I needed to reach, I had to be in one of the music hubs. And since making that move to the music hubs, it gave my music validity. I'm there with the players. Sometimes association can be a great thing. And being associated with just the city of Atlanta and music has opened doors, and I've always prayed for favor, not money or fame, but favor and a chance. And being there, it increased the chances someone would hear.
Now, what do you got coming up for the future?
Well, we're getting ready to start. Well, actually, we've pretty much started writing for the new CD. It will be coming out of Atlanta. I just did the music video in Mustang, Oklahoma last week to That's All Right. I just signed with a major PR firm, Blue Artist in Washington, D.C. We're going to be working on my branding. I'm looking to, I've been talking with some other labels, but we're going to have some things going on where the label is concerned. I just leave that like that. And branding and making sure I get branded properly and to get put out properly to invite people to hear in the play dates and make my name a household name.
Speaking of branding, real quick, did you do this yourself? You know, one of the things we noticed, I really didn't notice right away. That's you inside of the lettering.
Yes.
You know, but as far as with your branding stuff, is there a way for your fans to purchase this?
Yes, there's a way to purchase it. You could email me at megletonglobal.net, megletonglobal.net, or megleton@gmail.com, and request to purchase a hat or shirt or a CD, or you could get it from Reverb Nation, or my website, www.michaelegleton.com. And or you could call the number that's on those websites for me here in Akron, and I'll see to it that you can get one. Most people like the set, shirt, hat, and the CD, and take advantage of the price break. And I try to sign every hat I send. I try to put a signature right under the lapel right here to know it's personally coming from me, because my fans are very important. They're very important. I'm nothing without them. And they inspire me every day to stay in this and keep pushing. And in those down times, I began to read fan mail and responses from fans, and that gives me a lift to go. But where the branding is concerned, that was my idea, but not all my idea. My good friend, Councilman Russell Neal, we were sitting down, we were at his place of business trying to decide on what we wanted to put on these hats and these shirts. And so we were bouncing some things around. So he said, "Hey, Mike, put your signature on there, man. Hey, just the white hat and the black signature, it's different, it's catchy." I said, "Cool." So at the last moment, I said, "I want a little man on there. Can you impose that?" So, and then with the shirts, he said, "Let's put your picture in the letter." I couldn't see it in my mind, but after he finished it, these is it. And so I had some help with it. I didn't do it all on my own, but I did have input with it.
Yeah, it's sharp, man. It's sharp. And you have a big fan in me, bro. You know, I always want to see people succeed. And like I said, when you're nominated for that Grammy, for It's Over, and That's All Right, we will ride with you. Akron Today Show.
You will be with me. I'm telling you, your meeting you has been such an inspiration. And as I stated before, I usually don't waste words. And the wisdom and the knowledge you have is invaluable. And I'm going to thank you right now for all we have talked about in the short time that we have talked. It's been an inspiration and a learning experience.
Thank you, brother. Some folks don't believe that, but thank you. Anyway, how do people pick up your CD? That's all right.
You can go to 2 Live Music here in Akron. And there are some stores in the Hawkins Plaza that is carrying it. You can go to my websites and you can purchase it there, or you could go to Tape Music Group label and you could purchase it there. iTunes, all your online stores like that also have it.
Okay, one last thing. Get the people your Reverb address.
Okay, you can hit me up at reverbnation.com / Michael Egleton, EGLETON. That's Reverb Nation / reverbnation.com / Michael Egleton. And you can also go to my website at www.michaelegleton.com. And there are other areas around the net where you can find me, but each place has the CD and the items for sale.
I know anywhere you performing locally. I know you're going to be on our first fundraising, ATF Enrichment Foundation fundraising event coming up in November. But anything before then?
We had a high-profile date, but it was canceled for this weekend. I will be in Atlanta again, my second year, doing the Sweet Auburn Festival. It's one of the oldest and one of the largest festivals in Georgia. The numbers came in from last year when I was there. Over that weekend, they estimated 330,000 people. And the day I performed on the V103 stage, the biggest hip-hop station really in Atlanta, on that day it had to be well over 40,000 people. It was just a sea of people. And my little hat, my little shirt was peppered in the crowd. And that made me feel so great. But we'll be there in October. Your date is coming up. And we have some pending dates that I really can't talk about. And also I want to tell you right now, look for me on the Eastern Seaboard, Virginia Beach, Washington, D.C., North Carolina, South Carolina. I'm coming to you soon. There's some things in the mix there. And I'm also under new management. And they are great. They are all business. And they are all great. And they are planning some dates for me and some bookings for me that will involve the Eastern Seaboard.
Okay. Well, Mike, I appreciate you coming to the show, man. Great time, man. Great CD. You guys go out there and pick it up. 2 Live Music. Michael Egleton, Akron's own. This has been the Akron Today Show. See you later.